All right, so there are a lot of debates happening right now with the All NBA teams. Even still, some lingering debates happening with some of the awards. So people were debating whether or not Rudy Gobert should have won DPOY this year. People are still debating whether or not SGA should have won it over Nikola Jokic. I'm on the SGA train. I 100% think that SGA should have been MVP this season over Jokic. But all of those debates, whenever we have them, I always just kind of think about this. The league is so wide open right now. That's why it's okay for there to be so many different opinions as to who's winning these awards. Nobody has been good enough to flat out be the outright MVP, to flat out be the outright favorite to win anything. That's just how wide open the league is right now. And one thing that's annoyed me is this conversation that I'm going to kind of talk about here on this video about the best player in the league and the face of the league. That conversation has been way too fluid, right? And I really don't like what our criteria has been over the last couple of years for determining who the best player in the league is. So the way things have been, right? Maybe since like 2021, it's been like whoever wins the last NBA championship, he's the best player in the league. He's the face of basketball. So when Giannis wins it in 2021, we were having those conversations about him. Then they get into the playoffs the next season. They disappoint. Curry and the Warriors win it in 22. Steph Curry is back at the top as the best player in the league and being considered as the face of the league. Then right after that, same thing. The Warriors just flat out disappointed everybody in the regular season and in the playoffs during their title defense. And we see the Nuggets win that title. Then we consider Nikola Jokic as the face of basketball and the best player in the league. What's going to happen this year? Whoever wins the title, the best player on that team is going to be considered the best player in basketball. So if it's the Mavericks winning it, 100% people are going to be saying Luka Doncic is the best player in the league. If the Timberwolves win it, people are going to be saying Anthony Edwards is the best player in the league and is the face of the league. If they win it, the Celtics, people are going to end up saying Jason Tatum is the face of the league and the best player in the league. Only way that someone wins a title this year and we don't see their best player as the face of the league or the best player in the league is the Pacers. I don't think if the Pacers miraculously win a title, too many people are going to be considering Tyrese Halliburton as the favorite to be the best player in the league or the favorite to be the face of the league. But generally speaking, with how things are and how things have been, whoever wins this year's title and the best player on that team, we're going to consider them the face of basketball. I just don't think that's a good criteria to have for that particular conversation. To me, I don't think we value consistency enough, and not just consistency throughout one season, but consistency over the years. So if we're talking about like the all-time greats, players that we consider the GOATs, generally for a lot of people, that is going to be Jordan, that is going to be Kobe, and that's going to be LeBron James. If you don't have Kobe in that conversation, that's a whole other conversation. I don't really understand you, but let's go for him with this particular debate. Those three guys are considered the GOATs for a lot of people, even if you're going to throw like Kareem in there, right? Or even maybe if you throw Shaq in there, if you want to put him in that conversation. What if you want to throw in Hakeem? All those guys were amazing players, but they showed this ability to be consistent, right? Each of those guys showed the ability to win multiple titles. I don't think as fans right now, we really value the idea of a title defense. It's an important concept, but people don't talk about it a lot. People don't talk about how important it is to defend your title. And so what's happened is we crown these guys as like the faces of basketball. And then what's happened is after that, title they win, their defenses are usually horrible. The Bucks have not been impressive at all since 2021. The Warriors have not been impressive at all since their last championship. And what we just saw with the Nuggets, we saw them lose in the second round, lose at game 7 at home. So I think with that happening, we can't truly say after them winning one title, which has just been happening, after somebody winning one championship, it's not good for us to immediately crown them as the champion, because what ends up happening is the next year, they don't defend that title. They don't defend their position, and we end up looking stupid and we end up being disappointed. And we're like, what happened? Or maybe this guy isn't the face of the league. We should never be that fluid with that conversation. To truly be the face of the league, to truly be the best player in the league, you have got to show a level of consistency year in and year out. You got to show the ability to repeat that success. Every all-time great has done it. That's what has to happen in the league today. We shouldn't just be propping up these dudes because we're waiting for like the next Messiah. We're waiting for the next best player in like this near post LeBron James era. I think we need to be more patient. I think what the truth is we don't truly have a best player in the league right now. We don't truly have a face of the league right now. Whoever that guy is has got to be able to repeat their success in a year in a year out basis. It can't just be a 1 year thing. It's got to be something they can do on a consistent basis. Every all-time great has done it. They've shown consistency. They've shown the ability to dominate an entire era. LeBron dominated an entire era. Jordan dominated an entire era. That's got to be the case before we start crowning these dudes as the new faces of basketball or the next best player in the NBA.